Hello and welcome. Today, I'm going to give you a really simple overview of what is crypto, how are different cryptocurrencies different, is crypto mining really destroying the planet, and how you can mine some coins at home. So let's get right into it. What is crypto? Cryptocurrency is a form of digital asset based on decentralized blockchain technology. Decentralization means that there's no single authority who can unilaterally take actions such as printing more money, freezing someone's assets, or reversing a transaction once it is complete. These properties make it reasonably similar to gold, except that it can easily, cheaply, and securely be teleported anywhere in the world with nothing more than an internet connection. The first cryptocurrency was called Bitcoin, and it was created by Satoshi Nakamoto, an open source developer who has, to this day, remained anonymous. Today, billions of dollars worth of value are transacted and stored using Bitcoin, despite nobody knowing who actually created it. This amazing fact that people trust the blockchain without trusting its creator is because the technology is peer-to-peer and the code is open source, so it can be reviewed by anyone. The challenge of making a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin comes in three main parts. Number one is verifying that a transaction of coins was authorized. Two, checking that the coins being transferred were not transferred already. And three, issuing the coins into existence in a fair way. The first challenge, checking that transaction was authorized, is pretty much a solved problem, as digital signatures are enough to do this. However, the second problem is more challenging. If I digitally sign a message indicating my intention to send some coins to you, I might later digitally sign another message indicating my intention to send coins to someone else, and there's no way to know which one of these messages was sent first. Worse, if I digitally sign a message indicating my intention to send coins to you, you have no way of knowing that I didn't already sign a message sending those coins to someone else before. The third problem, and perhaps the most difficult, is if we've defined a form of money without any centralized control, how can we issue that money into circulation in a way that is not only fair, but it can be irrefutably proven to be fair even after the issuance has occurred? Satoshi used an elegant solution to solve both problems 2 and 3 at the same time, and this invention is called proof of work. Proof of work is based on cryptographic problems which are easy to verify but difficult to solve. The algorithm allows that every time one of these problems is solved, the person solving it receives some newly minted coins. This provides us with strong assurance, even into the future, that those coins went to a person who made real effort in order to get them. But it's even more clever than that. Satoshi didn't just make the problem difficult, he made it variably difficult. So as more solutions come per day, the harder the next problems become. This creates a relatively stable cadence of new solutions coming per day. And each solution not only creates new coins, but it also forms a notarization of the block of all transactions which took place since the last solution. This creates a quasi-official record of the history of all coins, such that when I pay a coin to you, you can be confident that I've not paid it to someone else. Obviously, this invention has spread like wildfire, and it's spawned thousands of different clones and remixes of the idea. But what are the differences between different cryptocurrencies? So, some cryptocurrencies have what is known as a pre-mine or a founder's fee, and you need to pay careful attention to this because what it means is basically that the creator of the blockchain wrote in the code some special code to put some of the coins into their own pocket. This is not necessarily a problem. Famous and well-regarded blockchains like Ethereum have pre-mines, but it's important to understand it. Some cryptocurrencies don't use proof of work at all, sometimes using a technology called proof of stake. Proof of stake means that the true history of the chain is established by simple digital signing. But in order to be able to sign, one has to lock up their coins as collateral, and then if they ever were to sign two incompatible versions of history, their collateral would be destroyed. There is an active debate as to whether this solves the problem of securing the history of the blockchain, but what it definitely does not solve is the problem of fair issuance. And I would caution people that blockchains using proof of stake may have a secret central authority if there is someone with enough coins to be able to control the history of the chain. This is especially risky if that blockchain has a significant pre-mine. Finally, there are many new crypto assets or tokens as they're called, which run on top of other blockchains by way of a smart contract. They are very flexible and allow for such constructs as stablecoins. coins which are always designed to be worth exactly $1, euro, or other national currency. They also allow for tokenized representation of real assets, such as NFTs. These are, however, particularly dangerous because while one can trust Bitcoin without trusting Satoshi, one cannot trust a token without trusting its issuer, because if the issuer disappears and refuses to redeem the underlying asset, the token becomes effectively worthless. Because of these dangers, I don't own any significant amount of any tokens. I stick to decentralized mined cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Monero, and my own project, Packet. Some people like to say that crypto mining is destroying the planet, and I think this take is both wrong and insidious. If you have $100 and you give it to a Bitcoin miner in exchange for Bitcoin, it's true that you pay for the expenditure of a lot of energy. In fact, it expends about 5 megawatt hours of energy because that's roughly how much electricity you can buy with $100. But that's going to be the cheapest energy that can be made, which it turns out is often renewable. But if instead of buying Bitcoin, you take that $100 for, say, a day at the spa, it will still be using energy, but that energy will be almost entirely in the form of natural gas. Furthermore, some of that money goes to pay for the saunas and hot tubs, which involves mines, factories, supply chains around the world, some of which dump toxic waste into rivers and oceans. Still more of that money goes to pay the employees who drive there in their cars, burning fuel and putting tire dust into the air and water. And finally, a significant part of that money goes to taxes, which fund the military and weapons industry, some of the most polluting enterprises in history. I don't mean to single out the spa here. My point is that there's no use of money which does not have an environmental impact, and crypto mining is probably one of the least impactful uses of money because while it does consume energy, it doesn't involve all of the other nasty chemicals that are used to make every other product we might want to spend our money on. But still, crypto mining is singled out in the media as an environmental catastrophe, somehow worse than petroleum, automotive, and military industries combined. But what all of these industries and the media have in common is that they are intertwined and effectively controlled by big finance, the industry who decides what businesses get to borrow money and which ones do not, and the industry which is being systematically disrupted by the power of decentralized cryptocurrency. So is cryptocurrency really destroying the world? Well, no. But for those who have only ever known a world where they get to decide what businesses get access to capital and which ones don't, it may feel like it is. So suppose you want to become part of changing the financial climate to a climate where money lives outside the power of governments and banks, and where good businesses grow with equity investors rather than being run out by bad businesses who have nothing but the connections to get unlimited credit. If this is a vision that speaks to you, good news, because you can get involved now. And a quick and easy way to do it is to start mining at home. When you buy crypto, you need to fool around with a lot of banks and exchanges and KYC and sending documents, and it's clear that some people don't want you having this. You may also be tempted to buy more than you really should. Crypto is famously volatile, and you should never buy crypto with money that you can't afford to lose. And the good news is there are many coins which you can mine just with your own personal computer. Unfortunately, Bitcoin is not one of them. In order to effectively mine Bitcoin, you need specialized hardware. But coins like Monero and Packet are something you can start mining today. Monero is a privacy coin, meaning that nobody can trace the money through the blockchain. Protecting this information while still making sure that nobody can spend the same coins over and over is done with some pretty impressive cryptography. And while this provides a significant degree of freedom and privacy, it makes validating the security of the Monero software more difficult. My project, Packet, is based on the more simple Bitcoin protocol, but uses the Packetcrypt mining algorithm. Packetcrypt is the world's first bandwidth hard proof of work, so whereas Bitcoin mining is done using primarily electricity, Packetcrypt mining is done using primarily internet bandwidth. In order to mine Packet or any other cryptocurrency, you need to first set up a wallet. If you use Windows, you can set up the Packet World wallet, which has an integrated miner, so all you need to do is check the box and begin mining. For Mac and Linux users, there are plenty of instructions online for how to do this. You can just search PKT mining. If you want something that's super easy, you can look at packetpal.com, pktpal.com, for an easy-to-use mining device. Disclaimer, I'm involved in PacketPal. However, I want to stress that just like buying a coin, buying equipment to mine is risky. As a miner, you can lose even if the coin goes up in value if you sell at the wrong time. So though you may do well by crypto, and many have, you should never put down money you aren't willing to lose. So when you start mining, typically you need to join a mining pool. A mining pool is a group of miners who work together to mine. When mining Packetcrypt, you must mine in a pool, but you can mine multiple pools at the same time. Packetcrypt is special because the CPU computation that you do can be reused by sending it to multiple mining pools. It just requires more bandwidth. Every coin has some kind of vision, a community, often a team, and in many cases a roadmap. Bitcoin, of course, the first cryptocurrency, was founded on the vision of a system of money that is not controlled by anyone. Monero and Zcash extend this vision to improve privacy so that nobody can know where coins come from or go to. Ethereum takes things in a different direction, adding in a high level of programmability to the chain to make it possible to create different types of contracts and tokens on top of the Ethereum chain, culminating in decentralized finance. And Packet is very specific in its vision. The objective of Packet is to keep the internet free and open for everyone. To this end, we have created Packetcrypt, the world's first bandwidth hard proof of work, a proof of work algorithm which incentivizes people to get data from point A to point B, whatever may be in between. And the Packet project is founded on a vision of building a new kind of internet, one where people can own and operate their own piece of the internet infrastructure. This project is important to me because without the internet, we'll be thrown back into the dark ages of the 20th century without the ability to question the powerful, nor to seize their power and decentralize it. But you may have a different calling, and whatever that may be, I hope you will pursue it. So until next time, stay awesome.
Money they've spent trying to silence good people who have put their lives on the line to fight for change.